This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job posts seen on other job sites. Indeed's sponsored jobs help you stand out and hire fast. With sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. And it makes a huge difference. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed sponsored jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, no long-term contracts, and you only pay for results. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/listen. Just go to Indeed.com/listen right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/listen. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
All right, places, please. The Daly Migs Show is on deck. Guitars plugged in. Drums ready to go. Chickens. Other animals. And action. This is the Daly Migs Show on The Rock with Taryn Daly and Steve Migs.
While listening to the Daly Migs Show, please refrain from any unnecessary finger gesturing.
99.9 KISW.
Good morning, Rockaholics, and happy hump day. But more importantly, Steve Migs, happy Mariners home opener eve, baby.
Getting more and more fired up. What the hell has happened to me? I went from, I don't know why we're even having a season, to now having the most overly optimistic energy. Like, this could be the year, guys. The pitching staff is back. Maybe J.P. Crawford will return to form. Julio Rodriguez, Cal Raleigh. Let's go. I'm
super excited. And the men's room is going to be there at is it Tacos
Pioneer.
and Tequila or Tequila and Tacos? I always say it the wrong way.
Tacos and tequila.
Tacos and tequila. I prefer my tequila with tacos.
Yes.
Tacos and tequila.
And that's on Occidental.
Yes, on Occidental from 2 to 6 tomorrow. So if you're going to go to the game, that's a perfect place to be pre-funkin'.
I mean, Jorge Polanco, his knee is better. Yes. They have amazing food. Their food is really freaking good.
A blue corn dog.
I don't know what the hell is wrong with me, but the optimism just kicked in yesterday.
I'm feeling it too, Steve.
Yeah, I'm like, where's my jersey? I got to wear it tomorrow.
Let's inform the Rockaholics.
Knowledge is power. So give us 5-ish minutes and we'll give you, some interesting stuff you can talk about at work. This is the Daily Migs Download.
AKA the DMD.
Here's your daily dose of doings happening in the world.
And the DMD is brought to you by Palace Law. I'm not sure if it's available at a Mariners game. I'm sure there's some dish that involves spinach, so be sure to enjoy it tomorrow because today is National Spinach Day.
I had some in my smoothie this morning.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I'm already celebrating.
Way to celebrate. One person who's definitely eating this spinach weird transition, but that's Big Dumper. Big Dumper is getting paid. Now, what does that mean exactly? Let's have King 5 give us the report.
The Mariners just signed Cal Raleigh to a 6-year, $105 million contract extension. That's according to reporting from ESPN. Raleigh had 76 home runs over the past 3 seasons. The 28-year-old also captured his first Gold Glove in 2024.
This is just great. He didn't have to go into free agency. The Mariners are investing into him. And most importantly, now he can afford all the little dumper dumplings that he wants at the game because I hear those are a pretty penny.
So good.
Also, Cal's only 28 years old, so that's nice that we have him locked in for a while. Considered one of the best catchers in baseball. But see, the optimism is in my voice.
Oozing.
Plus, he will forever be a part of Mariners history, as it was just a few years ago at the end of the season. This was the moment that sent the Mariners back into the playoffs. It's sad that we celebrate this, but these are the little things that we can celebrate with the Mariners for the first time in over 20 years.
What a lot of anxious folks out here at the ballpark. 3-2 to count. The pitch from Acevedo. A drive deep to right field. Down the line. The Mariners win this game 2-1. The dream lives. They're going to the playoffs. The drought is over. Cal Raleigh. Wow. Hey now.
Oh, man, I'm going to miss Dave Sims. He's no longer doing the play-by-play or the color commentary for the Mariners with the Yankees now. That call is so great.
So awesome.
But speaking of Mariners and their broadcasters, Gary Hill Jr., one of the broadcasters, one of the color commentators for the Mariners, will join us tomorrow morning at 7:20 to recap preview the upcoming season and how optimistic we should be starting tomorrow.
Let's go, Mariners. Seattle weather is having a complete identity crisis. Yesterday, it felt very summery.
Oh, we
was
were outside.
Oh, so great. How warm did it get at your house?
It was so warm that we had to bust out the sprinkler. Tatum took off all of her clothes. Sun's out, buns out. I almost sent you guys the picture of her. I was like, I don't know. Is it weird to send naked pictures of your kids to your friends?
Yes.
I mean, I don't think it's that odd. I mean, it's harmless. This is her yesterday.
Oh, my gosh.
Just having the best time. My neighbor pops out. He sees it's like, typical Seattleite right there. I'm like, you're absolutely right, Dan.
Well, that is over now.
Weather gets nice, we take our clothes off.
Yesterday was like an anomaly, I guess, because today, hail, lightning, 60-mile-per-hour winds, possibly a funnel cloud or two, which is like our version of a little twister, you know?
It's like a tornado.
It's pretty exciting.
But then I even saw in the news, some people said that there are potential of a tornado on I-5.
What?
I even had one of my neighbors like, are you ready for the tornadoes? I'm like, no. Why would I be ready for a tornado?
We don't know enough about these tornadoes, but you know who does? King 5 meteorologist Leah Pizzetti. She is going to join us today at 7:20.
Oh, man, big news also for
Mr. Unlimited.
Russell Wilson. He's got a new jersey to his collection. This time it's blue. It's not the Seahawks blue. It's New York Giants blue. He is now a member of the New York Football Giants. They just signed him to a 1-year, $21 million deal.
Wow.
Mr. Unlimited.
His fourth team in 5 years. I mean, it's just been he's just trying to find someone who likes him, guys.
Oh, Russ.
But it's going to be him. They got Jameis Winston on the team. And they also have the third pick overall. There's a very good chance they might pick up a quarterback. And then that guy's going to learn under Russell Wilson.
I mean, I think it's great for him.
Although, I have a lot of friends in New York. And let's just say it's not overwhelmingly optimistic that Russell Wilson is now their quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, as far as weather, like you mentioned, I mean, I think the world's coming to an end here in the Pacific Northwest, so be braced for that.
Oh, God.
But a high of 69 degrees, so it's going to be nice in a way. The DMT is brought to you by Snoqualmie Casino, and that's what's up.
What was I doing outside yesterday that would have led to me saying a little something like this? I love expensive springtime projects. That was a conversation with my husband. I will break down what we were doing and just how expensive it was at 6:20.
The Daily Migs Show.
Presented by T-Mobile, the official wireless partner of Odyssey Sports. With an awesome network and great savings, there's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit your neighborhood store to make the switch today.
The Women's Hoop Show, a podcast hosted by me, Jordan Robinson, brings you fresh women's basketball voices and breakdowns every week. I'll be joined by hoop experts all year long. Find the Women's Hoop Show on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Yesterday was such a beautiful day that I'm sure many people were outside tackling projects.
Yes.
And I was doing so. I was helping out my husband, Brad, with a project that we've been hoping to accomplish for quite some time now.
And before we went to the break, we played a little clip from it, and you said this.
I love expensive springtime projects.
So we know that it was expensive, whatever you were doing. Danny.
Yeah.
Any guesses on how much money was spent on whatever this project is before we get into the project?
Ooh, $699.
Yeah, that's a good guess.
Thank you.
You know, I'm going to go $2,000.
Okay. One of you is slightly closer than the other.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Should we find out?
Sweetheart, what are we building?
More storage so your family can keep stuff here.
Okay.
Okay, hold on a second. Wow. That's not passive-aggressive at all. That's just aggressive-aggressissive.
Let me tell you, when you have 5 acres, people will drop things off all the time.
How many things do you have at your house that do not belong to you? I mean, you wouldn't be able to probably give me an exact number, but is there a crap ton of stuff that is just different friends and family?
There are 3 campers there are actually 4 campers on our property. Only one is ours.
I just love his response.
More storage so your family can keep stuff here.
So this kind of bothers him, I'd imagine.
A little bit.
Okay.
You gonna rat my family out? How much stuff does my family have here?
More than me.
Oh, that's BS and you know it.
More than me.
Between the two of us, who is the pack rat?
I am more sentimental than you.
I'm right there with him. My wife gives me such a hard time. She's like, why do you have this still? Get rid of it.
I get
Just
red of
throw
everything.
It away. Yeah. Oh, yeah?
Because
Except the stuff that your family gives you.
Yeah. Oh, God. Okay, so in order to continue storing my family's items, what are we building?
For lack of a better term, a lean-to.
A covered area?
Covered area.
A lean-to?
Yeah, so it's off of our shop. Basically, there's like a covered area that's going to come down off of the side of the shop so we can store things underneath.
Is it tube-shaped?
No.
Then why is it called a lean-to?
Lean-to.
A lean-to?
Like lean-to. Like it's leaning to something.
My bad. Dan, did you know what that was?
I have a 2-bedroom apartment in West Seattle, guys. I have no idea what we're talking about at all.
You don't have a lean-to?
No.
For your trailer.
And how much?
That we never use. We have to have. Please, let's get it. And we'll take it. We'll do family adventures. And it has not left our yard one time.
No, it did leave our yard one time. And what happened?
It broke down.
Okay. I feel like this was not a good idea for you to help him out yesterday.
I was so excited to get some audio and tell you guys what we've been working on, and then Brad's just lighting me up the whole time.
How long was he out there before you decided to interview him?
A good hour.
Okay, so he was done. He's like, just leave me alone. I want to finish this.
No, you and my dad and my brother all together
I had nothing to do with it.
You guys
nothing to do with that.
did not double check the ball fitting.
I was not here.
Do we need to buy him more weed to put up with you and your family?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
How can I do that when I'm not here?
I went over a bridge.
I cannot be responsible for what somebody else.
And this trailer you are speaking so ill of bounced off of the trailer hitch, off of the ball.
That's why we're giving it a permanent home.
And how much has this cost us so far?
Probably about $1,000.
I love expensive springtime projects.
I bet he does too.
He's really excited about it, guys.
He sounds really fired up.
More storage so your family can keep stuff here.
Okay. But you know what? We're one step closer to having the project be done. A project we've been talking about for a long time.
And the weather was great. Yes. So if you were going to do something outside, I mean, I just went for a walk and played in the sprinkler with my daughter, which sounds like a lot more fun than what you guys were doing.
Oh,
but
my God.
Yesterday was the day to do it.
Absolutely.
So how much more left until you're done?
So we have to put the joists across and then attach the roof, and then we'll be done.
I told you, Danny. I just need those joists attached.
No
Joists,
idea.
beams, a little roofing.
City folks just don't get it.
Maybe put some gravel down. Who knows? Rockaholics, would you consider yourself to be a music snob or maybe just a huge music buff? If so, we need for you to give us a call right now, 206-803-ROCK. And we need your help because we've got to settle a music-based debate that is happening online right now.
It's a good one, too.
It's juicy. Call in now, 206-803-ROCK. We will take your calls after Foo Fighters.
The Daily Migs Show.
206-803-ROCK is our number, and we'd love for you to call up right now and help us settle a music debate that is happening online right now. But you got to call now, 206-803-ROCK. We came across an article that Loudwire put out there.
Okay.
The debate is over whether certain bands should be in the rock category or the metal category because they kind of straddle both genres.
I feel like I'm going back in time to my buddy Dave's basement when we would have these arguments all the time. And there was no weed involved. We were losers, but we loved metal. We loved rock music. And we would just sit there with his record player, play him, and then debate if we thought something was rock or metal, which is kind of like, it's a pointless debate, but it was always fun to have that argument.
Well, I feel like you might be an expert in this category then, Steve, with all your experience.
With how much of a loser I was in high school? Absolutely.
So is it metal or is it rock? Here's one of the bands.
Can we say none of the above? But no disrespect. I feel like they're just new metal.
I mean,
I guess that's metal.
Metal's in the name.
Metal's in the name. Fair. What would you put them as?
I mean, I guess I would say metal.
Are we at the point now that a Korn can be considered classic rock?
Oh, God, no. Don't say that out loud.
Isn't that crazy?
I saw one of my friends posted that like a Blink-182 and a Korn got put into like a oldies category on their like their Spotify playlist.
Okay, now the world's just against us.
Yeah.
Well, according to Loudwire, Korn spearheaded new metal, but their mix of aggression, melody, and funk influences make them hard to pin down.
But if I had to pick between the two, I'm going metal.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't feel like they're rock.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay.
Okay, we got one down. Next.
Okay, this is one that my loser friends and I in high school would argue about because of the Black Album.
Sure.
Before that, metal, 100%. Then the Black Album, I'm like, man, they're leaning a little bit more towards rock. And then some of the album, like Load and Reload, those were rock records.
But then, they always put them in the big four of thrash.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to say metal.
You're going with metal?
I'm going with metal.
What does Loudwire say?
Loudwire says Metallica is undeniably metal, but their more mainstream-friendly albums like the Black Album and Load, Reload brought them into the rock world.
Okay, so that might be my buddy Dave. He might be writing for Loudwire. Danny, what would you put them in?
Metal for sure.
Metal.
And honestly, I never really thought about Metallica much, but I've had a lot of Metallica fans in my life, and they're like, "This is the most heavy metal thing ever."
To get extra nerdy, it's, in a way, I'm shocked that you don't like kind of vibe with Metallica because Sum 41 at times is straight up a Metallica tribute.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Once they kind of deviated away from being the pop punk thing, their next couple of records, I'm like, these guys have been listening to a little too much Metallica, and I'm okay with that.
Steve, I'm excited to hear your opinion on this band.
Okay. I want to know what you think, because you're more of a prog rock type of a person. I only say that because you love Rush.
Yes.
And I always kind of put them as like a prog metal band.
I kind of have always felt that way about Tool as well, but they're just very, I don't know, like they like Loudwire said, kind of straddle those genres.
Yeah.
What are you going to say?
This is one of those ones that I feel like you could have it go either way. That's the fun of this, is that like really at the end of the day, they could be a metal band, they could be a rock band.
I think I'm going to say rock though.
Polka.
Polka.
Yeah, of course. Danny, what are you going with?
Rock band.
Rock band?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
According to Loudwire, Tool often falls into the progressive rock versus progressive metal debate due to their complex atmospheric sound.
Yes.
They really answered the question there.
They're just a trippy rock band. All right, next one. Are you ready? Is it rock or is it metal?
Generals gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses.
Ooh.
I mean, they're basically the godfathers of heavy metal, so I'm going metal for Black Sabbath.
I know, but if you didn't know that I agree. Because they kind of started heavy metal. I mean, many people would argue, that's the band that kind of started everything, influenced all those bands. But if you remove that statement and that title, I mean, they don't. A lot of their songs don't sound very metal.
That's a very good point. It's kind of like stoner sludgy, you know?
Yeah.
This is what Loudwire has to say about Black Sabbath. They essentially created heavy metal, but their early music is now considered closer to classic rock compared to later metal bands.
Oh, yeah.
And next on the list,
this was definitely one of those ones that my buddies and I would argue about because, I mean, I don't think they're metal at all.
I agree. I don't think they're metal at one iota.
We used to nerd out back in the day on MTV. There was Headbangers Ball, and it was like on a Saturday nights, I think it was at like 11 or 12 o'clock at night, and we would just get so like, we would be on the phone with each other, be like, they're playing this. This is not a metal song. Headbangers Ball. How am I supposed to bang my head to this? No. Alice in Chains was not one of those bands, but like at times when, God forbid, they played like a power ballad, like we would be pissed.
Oh, don't even think about it.
But I always put Alice in Chains in the grunge category.
For sure. Loudwire says that Alice in Chains is usually classified as grunge/hard rock, but their dark, riff-heavy sound and Slayer-approved heaviness make them appealing to metal fans.
I love how Loudwire is like not really giving an opinion. They're just straddling the line. They're like, we can see both sides, which I get.
They just want us to argue more.
Yeah.
Rockaholics, how would you like a shot at beating Steve this morning? He currently has a record of 92 wins, 40 losses, and 23 ties in 2025. 206-803-ROCK. We will play Beat Migs at 6:50.
The Daily Migs Show. Daily Migs Show.
Professionals spend nearly half the work week on written communication, so focus is important. With Grammarly as your AI writing partner, focus and quickly get through your work with relevant, real-time suggestions. And it works across 500,000 apps and websites, so you can sound more confident and persuasive wherever you write. 93% of professionals report that Grammarly helps them get more work done. Download Grammarly for free at grammarly.com/podcast. That's grammarly.com/podcast.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job posts seen on other job sites. Indeed's sponsored jobs help you stand out and hire fast. With sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. And it makes a huge difference. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed sponsored jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, no long-term contracts, and you only pay for results. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/listen. Just go to Indeed.com/listen right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/listen. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
The Daily Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! Beat Migs, you're a loser.
Who is ready to beat Migs? I know Sophie from Local 86 Ironworkers in Tukwila is. Sophie, are you there?
Yes, I am.
And you got a crew with you?
Yes, we do. You guys want to say hi?
Whoa! Okay, I know in the past you've had to deal with your boss that if you beat me, you guys get the rest of the day off. Is that the deal for today as well?
Yes, it is.
Let's
oh man,
go.
see how I can become a villain. You gotta understand, I do love being a heel in the world of wrestling and also in the world of Beat Migs.
Well, I'm Taryn, your host, and Steve, it's time for you to get out of here.
Bye-bye.
Sophie and company will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you guys ready?
Okay. Yes.
If there's something strange in your neighborhood, who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters.
Correct. Who was the president during World War I?
Eisenhower?
No.
No, that's Wilson.
Correct.
Woodrow Wilson?
Which planet is known as the evening star?
Is it Venus?
It is. Bob and Helen Parr are part of a superhero family featured in what animated series?
The Incredibles.
That is correct. What is the largest lake by surface area in the United States?
It's Lake Superior.
It is. Which band had the hit songs Paint It Black and Satisfaction?
Rolling Stones.
Correct. The main function of red blood cells is to carry and deliver what?
Oxygen.
Correct. What country are crepes from?
France.
Yes. In what mid-2010s year did retail cannabis stores open in Washington?
What? 2014.
Correct.
15 or 16.
What brand uses the slogan, melts in your mouth, not in your hands?
M&M.
Correct. I smell a day off because y'all just scored a perfect 10.
That's amazing.
Oh, my God.
That's honestly the best we've had in quite some time.
Maybe even in the whole year, Danny.
Well, I know, right? Oh, look at him.
You won't be smiling for long, I don't think, Steve.
It's going to be one of those kind of mornings, huh? First the thunderstorms and now the Thunder Sophie.
Are you ready?
I believe that I am.
Oh, yeah!
Steve, if there's something strange in your neighborhood, who are you going to call?
Strange. Ghostbusters.
Correct. Who was the president during World War I?
Eisenhower?
No.
Roosevelt?
No.
World War I. Taft.
No. Which planet is known as the evening star?
Which planet? That would be Mars.
No.
That would be Uranus, Taryn?
No.
Saturn?
No.
Damn it.
Bob and Helen Parr are part of a superhero family featured in what animated series?
Is that The Incredibles?
It is. Nice. What is the largest lake by surface area in the United States?
Lake Erie.
No.
Lake Oswego.
No.
Lake Havana.
No. Which band has the hit songs Paint It Black and Satisfaction?
Rolling Stones.
Correct. The main function of red blood cells is to carry and deliver what?
Blood.
No.
Oxygen.
Yes. What country are crepes from?
France.
Correct. In what mid-2010s year did retail cannabis stores open in Washington?
2013.
No.
2014.
Correct. What brand uses the slogan, melts in your mouth, not in your hands?
M&M's.
That is correct. Steve Migs, you got 7 correct, which is pretty good.
Yeah, it's not enough.
But the Ironworkers got a perfect 10.
No!
Congratulations, you guys.
Thank you. You guys won.
Hey, Sophie, so what are you going to do what are you going to do with the rest of your day now that you can take off from work?
Party. Maybe go.
I don't know,
play
man.
with some Legos or something.
Play with some Legos.
Congratulations, you guys. That was very impressive.
Yes.
They did know that the president during World War I was Woodrow Wilson.
Woodrow Wilson. Hey, how many of them was actually Sophie getting them right? And how many did she get the help of her coworkers?
You know, honestly, she got a lot of them. Like, I feel like she was answering before I heard voices in the background.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe
awesome.
only like 2 or 3 they helped out.
Okay.
They also knew that the evening star is Venus.
Venus.
And that the largest lake by surface area in the U.S. is Lake Superior.
Oh, yeah, that would have been a good guess.
Hey, you know what? You'll have another chance at 750, Steve.
So did anyone else notice that Migs always answers Uranus when the question is about planets? Haha.
Yes. Really?
What?
This is my shock face.
You know, the more I'm reading that text, it's very immature of me. I should probably stop doing that.
We have this brand new feature on the Odyssey app where it makes it very easy for you to leave us a voice message. And we have been getting some messages on there. Some are delightful and some are a little more interesting.
One person is curious about when a certain member of our show is going to be on a very specific TV show again, which is not New Day Northwest. And then we have another one, which I can't wait to talk about. It's all about elevator etiquette. And this one rockaholic has an issue with certain people when it comes to elevators.
Oh, I have opinions on this as well. I'm
Good.
excited. We will slide into our VMs after Lincoln Park.
The Daily Migs Show. Migs Show. Something got you bent, and now you need to vent, or you did something bad and you need to repent? Well, slide into our VMs.
Yeah, baby, it's time to slide into our VMs. On the Daily Mix Show.
Please do leave us a voice message sometime. Head over to the Odyssey app and you can do it right there.
And we got some good voice messages. One about elevator etiquette, and all of our eyes kind of opened up like, oh, I have some ideas for this one. So we'll get to that one in just a second, but we did get this voice message as well through our Odyssey app.
Hey, Meg, AEW is on TNT. Are you going to be on TV soon?
No.
Simple answer.
I mean, real long story short, no. I don't. That was one of the coolest experiences ever. So for those that don't know, All Elite Wrestling is one of the wrestling. It's like the second tier. It's like right below WWE, and they've traveled the country. And when they travel, just like the WWE, they will hire local wrestlers to be extra talent. So you could either be a seat filler, you could be a security guard that's breaking up a fight, or sometimes they'll put you in a match on TV to like lose to one of their guys. And it was a few years ago that I had that opportunity where I got to be one of the extra talent. The first day was in Seattle. I was a seat filler, and that sucked. I mean, it did. It's just like I'm sitting by myself.
Oh.
Because there was one empty seat, and it could be seen on camera, so they didn't want that seat to be empty. So I'm just sitting there, and I'm just like around people I don't know. It was awkward, but whatever. And then because my attitude was good, though, that definitely helped. Because I wasn't bitching about it. Some people would they would just kind of sneak off. I did the job. That's what they paid me to do. The next day was in Portland, or 2 days later, and that one I did get to have a match. And that was one of the most surreal experiences. I'll never forget that. One of the coolest things that's ever happened to me, getting at my age, should not be ever in that situation. And here I am getting that opportunity late in my active days of being able to be a wrestler. It was freaking amazing.
That is so rad.
I don't think that's ever going to happen again. I ain't getting any younger, but you never know. And if it does, I mean, I'll jump at that opportunity in a heartbeat.
Well, I hope it does happen,
dude, it was so much fun. Although the match that I had, I got clotheslined so hard that I couldn't swallow later that night. We went to go get some food, and I'm eating French fries, and the adrenaline dump finally happened. Like, the adrenaline wore off, and as I'm eating, I'm like, God, I can't swallow. This hurts.
Oh, that's brutal.
It's pretty rough. All right, let's talk elevators. Are you ready?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, you know what really annoys me? When you are in a building that has an elevator and people, whatever situation, apartment building, office building, whatever, people repeatedly hit the elevator button as if that's going to make the elevator arrive any sooner. Like, it's a machine, people. It's a mechanism. It is not going to go any faster no matter how many times you push the button.
I think it's just a nervous tick that some people have.
Yeah.
That one never really bothers me, although I think it is funny. I'm like, that's not helping, but okay, keep hitting that button.
Keep doing it, man.
And also, sometimes I'm wondering, am I making you nervous? You're like, hurry up.
Get me.
So I saw this list of elevator etiquette. I want to see if you agree with it, and if there's anything you want to throw in there as well.
Perfect.
Press the button for others. Do you do that?
I mean, sure. Like ask them what floor. If I'm hitting my floor, sure.
I do that. I hate, though, when somebody tells me what button to hit. I'm like, I'm not the elevator worker.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they'll be like, floor B or whatever. And I'm just like, your hands work just as well as mine. The button's just as close to you as mine. Like, who are you?
You do give bellhop vibes, Steve.
It's the tuxedo that I wear every day here at work. Wait for people to exit first. I feel like that should be a no-brainer.
Yeah, every time.
Face forward.
Oh, that would be really weird to see somebody facing backwards.
I mean, if there's a group of you and you're all talking, I don't think there's anything weird about that. But if you go in by yourself and you just turn around and stare at everybody, that's freaking awesome.
Or your nose in the corner.
What about small talk?
I mean, I'm pretty guilty of that. I'm a small talker.
I just had the weirdest one. I was wearing this hoodie, and the hoodie said Liars Club. And it's a brand of clothing, and it's written weird, right? So the guy's trying to make sense of it. He's like, LIA, and then the next line's the R. And I'm like, oh, it's a clothing line called Liars Club. And he goes, oh, well, you must be. And he said a certain political party. And I was like, actually, no, I'm not. But weird thing to bring up in the elevator, buddy.
That is the strangest icebreaker ever.
And then he had a moment of reflection. He goes, yeah, we probably shouldn't go down that road, huh? I'm like, well, you just start. I didn't start this. I'm just wearing a stupid black hoodie that I like.
Be careful out there on the elevators, y'all.
And then so he said, exit with ease.
Yes.
No, barrel people over. I feel like that happens a lot at the airport. Not the elevators, the sky trains.
Oh, definitely.
People get violent getting off of those things.
Yeah, there's no etiquette there. Thunderstorms are set to rock us here in Western Washington today. There's going to be hail. There could be lightning. Winds could hit speeds up to 58 miles per hour. But we're also hearing the word tornado.
Tornado.
Could this happen? We're going to chat about it at 7:20.
The Daly Migs Show.
If you have a locked AT&T phone, we're here with Bolt Cutters. T-Mobile will help pay off your locked phone and give you a new 5G phone for free, all on America's largest 5G network. Visit T-Mobile.com/carrier freedom.
Via virtual prepaid MasterCard in 15 days. Free phone up to $830 via 24 monthly bill credits plus tax and a $10 device connection charge. Qualifying port and trade-in service on Go 5G Next and credit required. Contact us before canceling entire account to continue bill credits or credit stop and balance on required finance agreement is due. Bill credits end if you pay off devices early.
The PGA Tour is all systems go, and so is the new show, Early Wedge, on the CBS Sports Podcast Network. Join Sportsline experts Sia Nejad, Mike McClure, and Eric Cohen alongside myself, Rick Gaiman, Patrick McDonald, and Jason Sobel 5 times per week. The Early Wedge provides the best information for DFS lineups, outright selections, and so much more. Follow and listen to Early Wedge in the Early Edge feed on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Thunderstorms are predicted to rock western Washington today. They say hail could be on the way, lightning, winds up to 58 miles per hour. Time to batten down the hatches, Steve Migs.
Right, build a bunker.
Yes, and there's even a small chance of a tornado, they say. This is a report from Fox 13 all about it.
Good evening. A spokesperson for the Emergency Management Division tells me that tornadoes can pop up quickly in the Pacific Northwest without much warning. So he says you might want to prepare tonight ahead of the storm by charging all your electronic devices, as well as checking outside and removing things like lawn furniture, putting them inside so they don't tip over or become projectiles in a possible storm.
I'm sorry. I saw one of my lawn furniture flying in the air. Like, that is amazing, until it hit somebody.
Right. I mean, yeah, there's an opportunity for it to become a kite.
That's like a whole day affair for you, though. Like for me, it's just like kind of like grabbing like a chair and I'm good. Like or the sprinkler, and that's about it. Like I feel like your entire outside is a projectile situation.
It is. We finally got rid of the trampoline, so I'm glad about that, because I always worried the trampoline might go up.
We don't need a flying trampoline.
Although tornadoes may be more of a rarity in Washington, they can happen.
Oh my gosh.
This is video of an...
Okay, so we can't play this audio for my daughter, because the other day somehow we were talking about tornadoes and she was asking about them, and then she was very point blank and asked, do we get them here? And we're like, no.
Never
have to worry about that. Mind you, yesterday we're walking around, oddly enough, flying a kite, and I saw one of my neighbors. He's like, are you guys ready for the tornadoes? And I'm like, keep it down. Thankfully, Tatum didn't hear him, because that would have just been our entire day of her freaking out about a tornado.
Daddy lied.
Right. No, more mommy lied, but you know what? I'd probably take the hit for it.
This is video of an EF0 tornado in Kent in 2018. Fox 13 also talked to a man in Longview that was pushed to the floor by a tornado in 2014. It also ripped his auto shop apart.
Rips the door open, throws my butt on the floor. I watched the roof go. I have no idea where it went.
That tornado's a real bully.
Yeah, no kidding.
Pushing them down like that.
Rude.
Stephen Friedrich, a spokesperson with the Emergency Management Division, says Washington reports around 2 tornadoes a year.
There's about a 2% to 4% chance of a tornado.
He advises if you hear a roaring sound from the wind or see up to baseball-sized hail falling from Wednesday's storm.
Baseball-sized hail?
I hope not.
No, I got to stay in Seattle for a little bit, and I'm going to be on the road. I don't need baseball-sized hail hitting my windshield.
I don't have a garage at my house. I'm just out there in the elements, Steve.
I feel like Washington, we get like the half-assed natural disasters. Like he said, yeah, we get tornadoes. I don't recall one like ever cause. I've never been a part of a tornado where it's like been like one of those ones you see on television or in the movies. Same with like earthquakes. I know we've had some bad earthquakes in the past, but for the most part, they're usually just like a slight little tremor.
Famous last words, Steve.
I know
the big
today.
one is coming.
Take cover.
Go under something.
Okay, great, thanks. Take cover.
Take cover.
Go under something sturdy. They need to cover their head, and then they need to keep in shelter until the storm's passed. So that's duck, D-U-C-K, and that's the phrasing that they use actually all over the country.
Oh, that's nice to know. Duck.
So you
I like that he spelled that out for us. Oh, I thought you meant duck like duct tape.
And you've never experienced a tornado?
No.
What has
Have
been like?
you?
No. What has been like the craziest weather pattern you've ever seen?
I mean, earthquake, if we were going to throw that into the mix, definitely that big one that happened here that kind of took out Pioneer Square.
Yeah.
But I think as far as like weather related, a hurricane hit New York. I mean, we're talking about when I was a kid. Like,
oh my God.
But I'll never forget being outside with my mom and dad, and we're putting masking tape on the windows. So that way if it shattered the windows, they wouldn't like, it would kind of keep it together a little bit. So I remember like we're putting all this crazy masking tape up. People were being idiots. They were going to like the local beaches to go surfing, which was a big story because some people got hurt. And it's like, well, what did you expect? But I'd say hurricane. What about you?
I mean, I guess just really bad windstorms, because we've had many trees fall down in our yard during some rough winds. So, but nothing like this tornado. The thunderstorms that are set to come are going to maybe be this afternoon. Mother Nature's going to go a little bit nuts here in our area. So we want to know from you, Rockaholics, when is that one time that you witnessed Mother Nature completely lose it? Call in now. 206-803-ROCK. A crazy storm, wild weather, something that had you saying, what in the world is going on?
If you ever experienced an actual tornado, I'd love to hear that.
Please.
About that. Yeah.
206-803-ROCK. We will take your calls after Gorillas.
The Daily Migs Show.
Tell us about the time that you witnessed Mother Nature absolutely lose it. Crazy storms, wild weather, or something that just had you saying, what in the world is going on out there?
Take cover.
206-803-ROCK. Now, we have someone on hold that wants to tell us about 13 feet of water, Steve Migs. But first, we wanted to chat with someone who's kind of experienced the tornado in real life. And Sandra from Yelm, you did this in Wisconsin?
Yes, I was moving. I flew out to Wisconsin, and I was moving friends to here. And so it was actually in Montana, and we're in a moving truck, and we had to pull over on the side of the road because the sky had kind of gone a weird green. All of a sudden, it started sheeting hail to the point we couldn't see the road anymore.
Damn.
And we had to pull over and sit and wait. And then we found out when we got to the hotel that a tornado had touched a mile away from where we were at.
I think about like some of the movies, and I always see like, there's like a cow in the air and furniture in the air. Did you witness any kind of strange objects flying in the air?
No, but a weird, eerie green color to the sky.
Oh, wow.
Like I've never seen a sky turn this weird color before, right before the hail started coming. And it was just like, dude, that's just, it was nuts.
They call that Mother Nature's booger. They really don't. I made that
She
up.
sneezed.
Thank you, Sandra. 206-803-ROCK. When was the time you witnessed Mother Nature absolutely losing it? Andy from Tacoma, tell us about Kansas City.
Yeah, good morning. I grew up in Kansas City, and back in 1976, we had a flood that dropped 13 feet of water in the plaza. Buildings were completely full. There's still historical marks in the city showing how high the water was. It just destroyed everything. It's all been rebuilt and really pretty.
But water damage is the worst. I remember growing up, like our basement wasn't like the door wasn't properly sealed, and whenever like there was like big storms, like our basement would get flooded.
Yeah,
and it was just a couple of inches, and that sucked. Just trying to do the fix up for that, but I can't even imagine 13 feet.
It was nuts. And then an ice storm hit.
What happens in an ice storm?
Well, Kansas City can get really cold, and it was my spring break, getting ready to go out. And it started getting really cold and raining, and it turned into freezing rain. We got 2 to 3 inches of ice on trees, on power lines, on your car. Couldn't clean your windows because you'd break them. Couldn't get the ice off. You could hear trees exploding because of the temperature difference and the weight on the branches. Lost power for a week. It was no fun whatsoever.
So how glad are you that you don't live in Kansas City anymore?
Yeah, the Midwest is wild, man.
Take cover.
206-803-ROCK. Mindy from Puyallup, you experienced how many tornadoes in Kansas?
5 in one night.
In one night?
Yes, I actually saw 2 of them, and one of them hit my ex-husband's Aunt Sharon's home.
What happened to her house?
They found her car 8 miles away, upside down in a pasture.
Damn.
So the flying cows are real, Steve.
And flying cars,
Yes,
apparently.
Things do fly through the air, yes.
Dude, when you saw, so you saw 5 different tornadoes. Did they look like the ones we see in the movies? Like, you see like the stereotypical looking spiral. Was it looking like that?
Yeah, they're like spirally, they're dark, and it's weird the way they move, too, because you never know what they're going to do. They could be going one way and then all of a sudden just go whoop, the other way.
What kind of shelter system did you have when you were living in Kansas?
We had a neighbor on our block that had a basement, and that's where everybody on the block went, was to their basement.
Basement party.
Bar is stocked. Let's go.
206-803-ROCK. Nick from Tacoma, we're going to talk hurricanes now.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, so I grew up in South Florida in the early 2000s, so I had, a number of hurricanes blow through, and we would all just go to my grandma's house. They'd throw on plywood over the windows, and we would just kind of ride it out together as a family. But when I was in Fort Jackson, South Carolina, after joining the military, basic training, we had a hurricane hit our installation.
And what kind of damage did that cause? Not cost.
A lot of stuff was blown over, mostly flooding. The high winds weren't really the issue. It was the heavy rains.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the craziest rain I ever saw was in Florida. I'd never seen it rain so hard in my life.
Oh, and it comes down. Even New York, I remember growing up. 1 minute it's like nice and sunny. Next thing you know, you're just getting pummeled with rain. And then it's back to being sunny again.
Yeah.
Take cover.
I will. Johnny Brown, you saw an F5 tornado.
Yes, 1975. It was coming towards our community in North Tulsa. Mom and Dad, we didn't have storm shelters. We got in a car and we ran from it. As we were headed south, that we could see it coming right at us, we got underneath a bridge, an overpass, where 75 other people were hiding and, trying to weather this F5 out. Mom, Dad said, come on, boys, let's get in the car. Let's head towards Muskogee, Oklahoma. We got in the car, and by the time we got away from this bridge, the tornado F5 hit the bridge and wiped everybody out.
No!
I mean, took the whole entire bridge out. My brother and I are sitting here and looking through the back window going, oh, my God, and we're seeing debris, cars, signs.
Wow.
You want to cows? We had actual cows. I think they actually got the movie from this F5 in 1975. Mine was blown. But since then, my mom had been hit by tornadoes 3 other times.
The funny thing is when you say to your parents, like, let's get in the car and let's go, I'd be like, that sounds like a terrible idea. And then within minutes, you're like, Mom and Dad made the right choice.
They knew what they were talking about.
Right?
What is the maximum F-ness of a tornado? F5, I think. Is F5 the biggest?
I only know F5 sounds dangerous because Brock Lesnar's finishing move in wrestling is called the F5, and he typically wins with that. So I got to imagine it's powerful.
When's the time that you witnessed Mother Nature totally lose it? Brian from Puyallup, you experienced a local tornado.
Yeah, man, I've been blown several times.
Oh, well, don't brag.
Yeah, no, Migsy, you remember back in 2013 when an EF1 hit over there at Boeing in Frederickson?
I don't.
Oh, dude, yeah, ripped the roof off, and yeah, we've had one down the street from us then, where you live, too.
Oh, well, thanks for now really freaking me out. I really appreciate that, Brian. First you're bragging, now you're scaring.
We could be in for it today, Steve.
Yeah, we are. I know I saw it was like the tornadoes could hit, and it just said on I-5. And I'm like, it's
a long freeway.
Right. Like, that doesn't sound like a fun commute home.
No.
Sorry, babe. I'm not going to make it. There's a tornado that's slowing things down.
Rockaholics, how would you like a shot at beating this tornado of a man, Steve Migs, at the game Beat Migs? He has a record of 92 wins, 41 losses, and 23 ties in 2025. If you were listening to the men's room yesterday at 540, by the way, that could be very helpful because we gave out a cheat sheet with 3 of the correct answers for the next game. 206-803-ROCK. We will play Beat Migs at 7:50.
The Daily Migs Show.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Presented by T-Mobile, the official wireless partner of Odyssey Sports. With an awesome network and great savings, there's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit your neighborhood store to make the switch today.
The Daily Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Migs, you're a loser.
Who is ready to beat Migs? I know Dustin from Bellevue is. Dustin, are you there?
I am here.
Were you by chance listening to the men's room yesterday at 540 to hear that cheat sheet?
I was not.
Oh, that's okay. Integrity is still alive at Beat Migs.
Well, I am Taryn, your host, and Steve, it's time for you to get out of here.
Bye-bye.
For those playing along at home, Dustin has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Let's go.
What is Bugs Bunny's catchphrase?
Beep, beep.
Nope.
Pass.
Which U.S. state is known as the Sunshine State?
Arizona.
No.
Florida.
Yes. Shishito and Anaheim are types of what?
Mushrooms.
No.
Oh, peppers.
Yes. Fish and chips originated in what southern European country?
Pass.
How many organ systems are in the human body?
4.
No.
5.
No.
7.
No. What is the name of the cowgirl first introduced in Toy Story 2?
Jessie.
Yes. Who developed the theory of evolution by natural selection?
Darwin.
Correct. In what decade did Disney World open?
50s.
No.
40s.
No.
30s.
No. Who won the NCAA men's basketball tournament in 2024?
Connecticut.
Yes. Scar Tissue is the memoir by what rock star?
Ozzy Osbourne.
No. But you know what, Dustin? You got 5 correct. You split it right down the middle.
All right.
And here comes your fierce competitor.
Here he is. Here I am.
Coming off of an embarrassing loss earlier this morning.
The tornado, as we call him.
Thank you, Steve. The tornado Migs is here.
Steve, are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
What is Bugs Bunny's catchphrase?
What's up, Doc?
That's correct. Which U.S. state is known as the Sunshine State?
Florida.
Correct. Shishito and Anaheim are types of what?
States in California, or cities in California?
No.
Those are peppers.
Yes. Fish and chips originated in what southern European country?
England?
No.
London? No, wait. No, that's Scotland.
No.
France.
No. How many organ systems are in the human body?
6.
No.
9.
Nice, but no.
8.
No.
Damn it.
What is the name of the cowgirl first introduced in Toy Story 2?
Debbie.
No.
Cindy.
No.
Wow. Donna.
No. Who developed the theory of evolution by natural selection?
Newton.
No.
Oh. Darwin.
Yes.
Duh.
In what decade did Disney World open?
Decade? 40s?
No.
30s?
No.
50s?
No.
Damn
Who won
it.
the NCAA men's basketball tournament in 2024?
UConn.
Yes. Scar Tissue is the memoir by what rock star?
Anthony Kiedis.
Correct. Steve, you got 6 correct.
That was a little bit of a roller coaster of stupidity and smarts.
But you still won 6-5.
Let's go.
Dustin, sorry. Next time, brother.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks.
Take care. Not even tornadoes. Not even hail.
Not even.
It's definitely not thunderstorms.
The cheat sheet would have helped both of you out. Fish and chips originated in Portugal.
Portugal?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
The organ systems in the human body, there are 11 of them. And then Dustin did know that Jessie is the name of the cowgirl in Toy Story 2. And Disney World opened in the 70s.
Yeah,
70s.
You were thinking Disneyland.
Oh.
Disney World opened later.
When did Disneyland open?
50s. 1951.
Okay.
Okay, Rain Man.
Yeah. Definitely 1951.
We are looking to find the saddest rock song in all of music history. And it's 16 that we started with.
Yes, we did.
And you helped out, Rockaholics. You stepped up and you selected the saddest songs. And now we need your help voting. So call now, 206-803-ROCK, and help weigh in. Plus, we're also going to find out who won yesterday's very sad matchup between Blink-182 versus Gary Jules. Call now, 206-803-ROCK, as we will do bracket sadness after Whitesnake.
The Daily Mix Show. What is the saddest song in rock music history? A real tear-jerker. A sappy sniveler. Let's find out. The Daily Mix Show presents Bracket Sadness.
We are on a quest to find the saddest song in rock music of all time. We've started with 16 songs as decided on by you, Rockaholics, and we're putting them head-to-head. And ultimately, we will determine the saddest song ever.
Yesterday felt weird doing it because it was sunny out. The weather's nice. The last thing you really want to do is hear sad music. But today, the weather's a little bit more cloudy and foggy and overcast. It's the perfect kind of weather for it.
The ideal playlist. And you can vote on these songs at KISW.com. Yesterday, we put Blink-182's Adam song up against Mad World, the cover by Gary Jules, and the big winner on the day.
Now, I thought this was just going to be a straight-up blowout, but I got to say, I was impressed by Gary Jules' Mad World. Came back strong from some of the text that we got and some of the voting as well online at KSW.com. But the big winner with 61% of the vote. Granted, Danny went to like every computer in the office to vote for this band.
Okay, see, we don't need to tell people that.
Full disclosure, man, we have to be transparent. Blink-182, Adam song. I thought for sure I thought that was going to get 90% of the vote,
for
to be
sure.
honest with you. I was pleasantly surprised that some people were equally as depressed by Gary Jules' Mad World.
Now, Migs, what is the bracket matchup that we are going after today?
Today's bracket is the classic rock bracket, which you can check out at KSW.com. I would also say that this one might be the parents' bracket as well, because both of these songs involve being a parent for different reasons. Are you ready for the first one?
Sure.
They're both challengers, but here you go.
Well, he came from college just the other day. So much like a man, I just had to say, son, I'm proud of you. Can you sit for a while? He shook his head and he said with a smile, what I'd really like, Dad, is to borrow the car keys. See you later, can I have them, please? And the cats in the cradle and the silver spoon.
Song about being a bad dad, baby.
It's the first one that's almost getting me, Steve.
Oh, look at you. Your eyes are watering.
I missed you.
This is a heavy song.
So heavy.
I think anytime anyone listens to it, you just want to play with your kid. Cats in the Cradle, the song that reminds us that fatherhood is basically a countdown to regret. It's the soundtrack for every dad who thought they'd have all the time in the world to bond with his kid, only to realize that the only thing he successfully passed on was a crippling sense of guilt. But hey, at least the song's catchy, right?
It is. It's a vibe.
And also covered by one of my favorite covers was Ugly Kid Joe. Did you ever hear their version?
No, I didn't.
It's pretty close to the original, but this was the one I remember hearing on Headbangers Ball. A little more rocking, a little less sad.
And we are putting that song up against this lovely track.
Oh, God. Oh, come on. This one's going to make you cry.
It's horrible.
Oh, my God. Look at Taryn's eyes. They're getting red and watery.
It's so terrible.
I know the Pacific Northwest is getting thunderstorms, but so are your eyes right now. This is the worst.
It is. Tears in Heaven from Eric Clapton. We got so many people saying that this would absolutely have to be on it.
I feel like this is the number one. Like it might end up being this versus Nutshell in the finals or semifinals.
Eric Clapton poured his heart and soul into this, channeling the unimaginable pain of losing his son. It's like the musical equivalent of a heavy, rainy afternoon where you just want to curl up and cry.
Like Taryn is right now.
But in the most poetic way possible. It's got that sweet Clapton guitar riff to remind you that even in heartbreak, there's always a little bit of beauty and maybe just a few more tears to shed.
So the backstory, his son fell out of a window. I fell out of a window, I think, at like 5-ish.
I might have even been younger than that.
And what insane thing when you think about wrote this incredible song, which I would never want to play if I was him. Because it's such an awful reminder of something that happened in his life. And then becomes like one of his biggest hits.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You can make your vote heard at KISW.com, where you can text CATS for Cats in the Cradle or text TEARS for Tears in Heaven, 206-803-ROCK. Alex from Marysville, which one are you voting for?
I'm going to have to go with Cats in the Cradle because I think it's more of a rock song, more rock.
Okay, I see where you're going.
If we're going with lyrics, then I would go with the Eric Clapton song. But if we're going just based off rock, I would say Cats in the Cradle for sure.
Yeah, Cats in the Cradle makes me want to tap my toe, whereas the other one does not.
Jeff from Puyallup, what is the song that gets your vote this morning?
I gotta go with Eric Clapton. It involves a child dying. I mean, Cats in the Cradle, sure, it's sad. You got an ignored child, but yeah. Got to lean towards Eric Clapton on this one.
Yeah, I feel like this might be one of those ones that's just going to go all the way.
It sure might.
Yep.
A severe thunderstorm is expected this afternoon, and if you have visited Cairo 7's website, you probably saw that they said this brings the potential for golf ball-sized hail. Many people are already sharing their opinions on the potential of golf ball-sized hail, so we're going to go straight to the comments at 8:20.
The Daily Migs Show.
Survivor 48 is here, and alongside it, we're bringing you a brand new season of On Fire, the only official Survivor podcast. If you're a Survivor superfan, you won't want to miss this deep dive into every episode where we break down how we designed the game, the biggest moves, your burning questions. It's the only podcast that gives you inside access to Survivor that nobody else can. Listen to On Fire, the official Survivor podcast with me, Jeff Probst, every Wednesday after the show, wherever you get your podcasts.
Everyone knows social media is a time suck, and what you're about to hear proves it. If it's online, someone, somewhere, has an opinion and is whining about it. So let's get straight to the comments.
A severe thunderstorm is expected this afternoon, and if you've visited Cairo 7's website at all, you probably saw that they said this will bring the potential for golf ball-sized hail to the area.
Did you see the picture that they showed, like, in comparison to, like, actual? I was like, what? No way.
No, it can't be. Can it? Also damaging winds up to nearly 60 miles an hour. This is a Cairo 7 news report all about it.
Also, large hail over 1 inch in diameter possible. We haven't had hail that large in western Washington since a report in Lewis County back in 2017.
Like, I'm sure you've had it as well, like hail just hitting, and it's just like, man, these are like some big-ass pellets, but nothing that's an inch or bigger, and the ones that they showed were definitely bigger than an inch.
Yeah, I'm not ready for that.
No.
Many people are already sharing their opinion on the potential for golf ball-sized hail, so let's go straight to the comments.
And we figured we'd get these comments, and who better to read them for us? Now, you would think I would go like a golfer like Tiger Woods, but no. The greatest golfer of all time, Happy Gilmore.
Of course.
That's right. Robot Adam Sandler reading the comments for us today. Are you ready for the first comment about these golf ball-sized hail?
Tee 'em high and let 'em fly, Migs.
Okay, here we go.
I'm going to be outside with all my clubs and have some fun. Ooh, thanks for the alert.
You know what? There's probably someone out there that's going to try and do that just for some kind of like TikTok video.
Of course. People love the talk.
Any chance to go viral, even if it means potentially getting hit in the head with a giant hailstorm.
Not worth it.
What is the right way to describe a hail?
Oh, the world is coming to an end. Time to go buy some toilet paper.
Yes, that's a very good point. I actually did stock up on toilet paper yesterday.
Did you really?
No.
Oh, God.
When all else, if I stub my toe, I'm like, babe, get some toilet paper. Toilet paper fixes everything,
we
right?
Might be here for a while.
If my roof gets damaged, I'm going to be pissed. I just had it installed a couple of months ago.
Well, who are you going to be pissed at?
I think your roof is probably fine.
Yeah, I would imagine so. But also, who are you going to yell at? Mother Nature? God. Yes, you can sue God. I believe there's some lawyers out there that'd be willing to take the case. I'm going to be pissed. Yeah, it's a bummer.
We have a metal roof, though. I love listening to hail on the metal roof. I'd be very curious to hear what golf ball size hail sounds like.
So what's it like when it rains with a metal roof? I mean,
sounds awesome.
Until you want to go to bed and it keeps you up.
Oh no, it's like my little sound machine. It's so great.
Okay.
I call bullshit on this story. No way there's going to be hail the size of golf balls. I heard they're the size of bowling balls.
Okay, now that makes more sense. Yes. I love the comments never disappoint. Doesn't matter what story it is. Somebody's got something to say.
The internet is working hard all the time.
We have one more comment about this hailstorm that apparently the hail's going to be the size of a golf ball. Are you ready?
Yeah.
As read to us by robot Adam Sandler.
Hide your cars, hide your pets, hide your kids, hide your wife, but leave your mother-in-law outside.
I am not going to do that.
Brutal.
She's a lovely lady.
She is,
yes,
isn't she?
Absolutely love my mother-in-law. Might be one of the few people out there that do, but I do.
I want to know, tomorrow, we have to check in and see, did anyone actually get golf ball sized hail?
Right.
Because they keep saying I-5 for the storm. It's going to be, the tornado could hit I-5. What part of I-5, It's a lot of I-5. So I want to hear reports tomorrow.
Because, I think the biggest I've ever seen of hail. Okay. Maybe slightly smaller than a marble.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've ever seen anything bigger than that.
Not even close.
Also, I'm Tara, and I also have a metal roof. I hate to see it with a bunch of divots in it, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
What if it leaves a dent on your roof? Are you going to be happy about that?
I'm mad at God.
Yeah.
Take it up with him.
And what if you have a solar-powered roof? Now you got to really be freaking out. You probably spent a lot of money to get that thing.
I mean, do you have to, like, cover it? How do you protect your I have so many questions.
With a golf club, apparently. Did you not hear Happy Gilmore tell us that?
Be safe out there, everyone. A celebrity that died a couple of years ago is coming back to life, all thanks to AI. And apparently her husband is on board with this.
Weird.
We're going to tell you what's trending after Tom Petty.
The Daily Migs Show.
We know that you're probably just waking up. You're getting some caffeine going, coursing through your veins, and you're scrolling on your phone and you're seeing there's a lot happening out there in the world of pop culture. So we're going to help narrow it down and tell you what's trending.
Trending on the Daily Migs Show. What's trending? Let's go. Let's go.
A celebrity that passed away a couple of years ago is coming back to life, and it's all because of artificial intelligence. Shout out to the robots. And her husband is apparently on board with this. We're going to tell you the story in just a couple minutes. But first, 23andMe, have you ever done that?
I have not.
I have not either.
And now I'm not gonna.
No. The website crashed Monday night, because customers were rushing to delete their DNA info. And this comes after learning that the company had filed for bankruptcy this week, and people are very concerned about their personal information and all that data. So this is the California Attorney General, Rob Bonta, talking about why he would delete the data off the website.
I'm the California Attorney General. I'm also a consumer. It's a decision that's best for me to delete today. The private, sensitive data and information of 14 million consumers who have used 23andMe could get into the wrong hands.
Okay, well, thanks for telling us what we kind of already knew, but that's cool.
That'd be very stressful, though.
I've never done any of those, the Ancestry ones. And it was never because of a fear of this.
Yeah.
But, man, this does suck for people who did, because you're not only just giving, your personal information. I mean, there's a lot of info that these Ancestry-type websites have now on you.
It goes deep.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about Suzanne Summers. Danny, I know you were a fan of Suzanne Summers because of Step by Step, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you and me both. And
I love that show.
That was such a good Step by Step, day by day.
Day by day.
Okay. Well, a couple of years ago, she sadly passed away, October of 2023. But her husband, Alan, I don't know if I would be on board for something like this, but her husband, Alan Hamill, has teamed up with the robotics company to make an AI robot, quote unquote, twin. It doesn't really look like her, but it mimics her voice and speech patterns using recordings and footage that they've had of her over the years. I mean, that's the one creepy thing about AI, is that you just give it a voice and it can kind of figure it out from there, as we've seen with the dumb app that we use for when we do, straight to the comments. Well, anyways, they did a whole thing of a presentation where they talked to the robot version or the AI version of Suzanne Summers, and just hear how trippy this is.
Does the name Alan Hamill mean anything to you?
Of course I do. Alan Hamill is my husband of 55 wonderful years. He's my partner in everything, from life to love, and we've shared so many beautiful memories together.
What's your favorite memory that we shared?
Okay, now that's Alan asking questions.
It's like making the hair on the back of my neck stand up.
Oh, there are so many. One of my favorites is when Alan and I were filming a cooking segment together a long time ago. We had a little mishap with the blender. Let's just say it didn't go as planned, and we ended up wearing more to the smoothie than we actually made. We laughed so hard, and it became a running joke in our house.
Now, part of me is like, okay, this could maybe help with the grieving process, but also this is just so weird.
It's very weird. I don't know if I'd feel comfortable with that at all.
And is that based on a story that he gave to the AI, to the robot, or is this something that AI, just because, how quick it is with searching the internet, found this moment in the past that brought both of them to laugh, or a past interview? That just seems so trippy to me.
It's definitely creeping me out a little bit.
Now, like I said, it doesn't look like her, but I'm sure over time it will. And it does get stranger because Alan, the husband, he said that this was Suzanne's idea, and he has a long-range plan to get permission to get an AI version of John Ritter done, so that way I guess they could do additional episodes of Three's Company. Here's the weird, one of the members is still alive, and we should maybe just keep our eye on her because this is kind of creeping, which is Joyce DeWitt. She's still alive. She's 75 years old. I wonder how she feels about all this.
That is really wild.
Yeah.
I mean, why do we have to do this?
We don't.
We don't have to do this.
We absolutely don't.
There are already some big concerns being raised over the waters that are set to host the rowing events that'll take place during the 2032 Brisbane Olympics. The experts are saying that this area is already infested with crocodiles.
Well, that adds just a whole new level of competition.
I I kind of want to watch it now.
Right.
This is a crocodile expert by the name of John Lever talking about this issue.
Yeah, there are crocs there. There's no doubt about it. And there's been a few removed in the last few years. I caught my first croc in the Fitzroy in 1982, just shortly after we started here. So something needs to be done about ensuring that people can still recreate in that area.
I like how casual he is about catching a crocodile. I caught one a couple of years ago. Not a big deal.
I don't want to have anything to do with crocodiles ever. I mean,
No.
even just seeing them, at the zoo or something like that, they freak me out so bad. It's like they're dinosaurs.
Did I ever tell you the time that one of the dumbest bets and wagers I ever have done in my entire life involved so in Florida they're just everywhere, like the little alligators or crocodiles, I can't remember whichever one it is, but they're like just like people in their backyards will just see them kind of walk by, and it's just like I remember staying at my buddy's house for go see WrestleMania in Miami or somewhere in Florida, Orlando, and we made a wager about like who would get the most right in the like who's going to win the matches. So we had a giant wager, and the wager was whoever came in last place of the four of us that night, when we get back, is going to have to jump into his a little pond that's like right outside his backyard. And there's no guarantee that there's gators in there. So mind you, I'm freaking out because I'm about to lose this. Like as the wrestling is going on, I'm like, oh man, I'm losing this one. And then I'll never forget Naomi won her match. And I was never happier because that was like the big wild card. Like nobody else picked her. And by picking her, I moved out of last place. I started playing her theme song on the car ride home. I was so happy. My buddy Glenn had to go jump into the water.
Oh, my God.
I'll be honest. I'm like, guys, I know that we're still doing this, and I'm glad it's not me, but is this really the smart thing to do? There's a very good chance there's a gator inside of there.
Yikes.
And sure as that's, my drunk friend Glenn took off all of his clothes, jumped in the water, jumped right back out as quickly as possible. Thankfully, nothing happened to him. But I was like, what are we doing?
There is no chance. No chance.
Pure stupidity. Also stupid. Digital coupons, and they're going trending. They're going viral right now because, in San Diego, they are the first city to ban digital-only coupons at grocery stores, which I think is kind of strange. But here's a council member and also another person talking, and some woman that also goes shopping in San Diego, talking about why they want to ban these digital-only coupons.
These are not savings. They're schemes.
I was just buying toilet paper the other day, and it was a $5 discount if you had the digital coupon. Now, to get that coupon, I had to first download an app for Vons. Then I had to sign up for an account. Then I had to scan the proper code to get the digital coupon. And once I was at the cash register, she had to manipulate my phone to figure out where the barcode was. This is ridiculous.
Oh, the inconvenience. Or just pay the regular price. If you don't have the coupon, I remember when I was a kid, my mom had to open up the newspaper, page through the newspaper, find the coupon section, get the scissors, cut the coupon, put it in her purse, and remember to, there's steps.
Oh, yeah. Now, I use the QFC app on my phone, and when I do my online orders and things like that, you can just automatically apply the coupons right there. It's very easy to do. I love it.
So you're a coupon person?
I am, absolutely.
Danny, are you a coupon person?
I'm not. My girlfriend is, and it's one of those I think the app is great because you can walk around and you just scan it when you're there, and it's like, oh, I didn't even know this had a coupon, and you just do it real quick.
Right, we don't need our purse anymore full of coupons.
Exactly.
Like my mom.
It's pretty amazing.
A knapsack.
Yeah, it seems so strange. I remember my mom was so she had coupons that were so expired.
Oh, yeah.
I remember my wife and I were like, we're going into the city. We're going to go to Macy's. She's like, hold on, I got a coupon for you. And she searched through her purse. 20 minutes later, she finds the coupon, gives it to us. And as we're on the subway going to New York, I'm looking at the coupon. I'm like, this expired 7 years ago.
Did you try using it?
No, but of course I told my mom we used it and it worked out just great because I didn't want to make her feel bad.
Thanks, Mom.
But she's also the person who has 5-year-old expired ketchup in her refrigerator, so I'm not surprised.
How would you like a shot at beating Steve Migs? He has a record of 93 wins, 41 losses, and 23 ties in 2025. 206-803-ROCK. We're going to play Beat Migs at 8:50.
The Daily Migs Show. The Daily Migs Show.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance, too, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job posts seen on other job sites. Indeed's sponsored jobs help you stand out and hire fast. With sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. And it makes a huge difference. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed sponsored jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, no long-term contracts, and you only pay for results. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/listen. Just go to Indeed.com/listen right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/listen. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
The Daily Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa, Beat Migs, you're a loser.
Who is ready to beat Migs? I know Greg from Everett is. Greg, are you there?
I am here, ready to go for my third win. I'm 2-0 for 2025.
Oh, it's time to make it 2-1.
Ooh, them's fighting words, Greg.
Game on, buddy. Let's do this.
Steve, it's time for you to get out of here.
See ya.
For those playing at home, Steve's nemesis, Greg, will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
How many children does Dave Grohl have?
5.
No.
6.
No.
7.
No. Which South American country holds the largest proven oil reserves?
Brazil, Argentina, Venezuela.
Venezuela, yes. Blue, goat, and manchego are all types of what?
Cheese.
Correct. Blossom, bubbles, and buttercup are better known as what?
Flowers?
No.
Horses?
No.
Pass.
Which U.S. state grows the most Christmas trees?
California.
No.
Montana.
No.
Wyoming.
No. How many core cloud types are there?
7.
No.
6.
No.
5.
No. Which president issued the Emancipation Proclamation?
Oh, Jackson.
No.
Jefferson.
No.
Pass.
Who did MySpace? No. Who did MySpace assign as your first friend?
Mike. I can't remember. Pass.
Which Disney character has a raccoon as a sidekick?
Bambi.
No. Let's see. You got 2 correct. Greg? You know, you came in with a lot of confidence, and that is key, honestly, to playing the game.
I don't think you're his nemesis anymore, Greg.
Uh-oh.
Steve, welcome back.
Hello.
Are you feeling ready? Yeah, Daddy, let's go. How many children does Dave Grohl have?
4?
Yes. Which South American country holds the largest proven oil reserves?
Peru?
No.
Argentina?
No.
I don't know. Paraguay?
No. Blue, goat, and manchego are all types of what?
Cheese?
Correct. Blossom, bubbles, and buttercup are better known as what?
Exotic dancers at Deja Vu?
No.
Oh. Are they birds?
No.
Blossom what?
Bubbles and buttercup.
Bubbles, buttercup. Food?
No. Which U.S. state grows the most Christmas trees?
That would be Washington State.
No.
Florida.
No.
Alaska.
No. How many core cloud types are there?
There are 5.
No.
6.
No.
7.
No. Which president issued the Emancipation Proclamation?
Abraham Lincoln.
Correct. Who did MySpace assign as your first friend?
Danny V.
No.
Oh, Tom.
Yes.
Then Danny V.
Which Disney character has a raccoon as a sidekick?
Pocahontas.
Correct. What U.S. city is known as Motor City?
Detroit.
Correct. Steve, you got 6 correct, and that is a victory. 6-2.
6-2.
Greg.
Awesome.
Better luck next time, brother.
I just put the 1 in your 2-1.
Greg did know that Venezuela has the largest proven oil reserves. Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup are the Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, jeez.
The U.S. state that grows the most Christmas trees, that would be Oregon State.
Oh, I should have went Oregon, California.
And you just went a little bit too far on those cloud types. There's only 4 core cloud types. We might see some that are dropping golf ball size hail today.
I know. Very exciting.
Good job on your victory, Steve.
Thank you.
The Mariners season kicks off tomorrow, and we have a simple question for you. If you enjoy going to the ballpark and checking out a baseball game, call in now, though, 206-803-ROCK, and we promise it is a very simple question, but you got to call now. 206-803-ROCK. We will take your calls after Everlast.
The Daily Migs Show.
The Mariners season kicks off tomorrow, and for many of us, we get excited, not so much about the baseball, but about the food.
The food, baby.
There's a lot of great ballpark food out there, and the Mariners have unveiled some new dishes that we'll be able to enjoy throughout the season. Recently, we chatted with their executive chef, Craig McAllister, about a few of these new menu items.
You know, we've done a really great brand partnership with Cal Raleigh, the Big Dumper. Kind of a weird way to, take an inspiration, but we've got the Little Dumper dumplings, right? 6 coming in order. What's good? A corn dog. How do you make a corn dog better? And then how do you make it Mariners blue? That's my job.
You add Takis, right? That's how you do it.
Little bit of Takis go a long way. Ichiro's wing. I mean, that is the Itchy wing. That is his recipe.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, I don't even need to think about it. The recipe was already there. I just needed to print it out, and hopefully we ruin a couple Ichiro jerseys at the in the process. I think that's going to be a badge of honor is watching the wing sauce down the front of the Ichiro jersey, right? Yeah.
And Ichiro's throwing out the first pitch tonight.
That's right.
Yep.
And so because of all this, tomorrow,
that too.
Because of all this, we have a simple question.
He might be practicing tonight. Yeah.
And our simple question is this. What is your go-to ballpark food? What do you absolutely need to get at the ballpark? Leela from Everett, what's that food for you?
Oh, I need some nachos.
Yeah.
Nachos. And aren't they doing ones with the ice cream nachos, the new thing on the menu?
Yeah, Leela, try the ice cream nachos when you go to T-Mobile, all right?
I'm definitely going to.
Dude, one time I went with a friend and she got the nachos and something happened in the game, like a home run or something. She got so excited she jumped out of her seat and all the nachos and the cheese sauce landed on this poor old guy right in front of us on his jacket. I was like, that's hilarious because it wasn't me.
Did you just sit there and try not to laugh?
Oh, I was laughing. I didn't. I made that happen.
206-803-ROCK. John from Seattle, what is your go-to ballpark food?
Yeah, I can't go to a game without a bag of nuts. Yeah. All the way from my childhood, having Rick Kaminsky throwing peanuts at the games was nothing better.
Rest in peace to
that
the
guy
peanut
was
guy.
Awesome.
He had incredible aim too.
That's the most nostalgic I've felt talking about ballpark food so far.
In the tinfoil.
Yes.
And that thing would just come whizzing right past your face. You almost got hit in the face with some nuts.
Jaden from Graham, what is your go-to ballpark food?
Good morning, guys. My favorite is an absolute classic. Can't go wrong with just a plain ketchup hot dog.
Yes, I'm a ketchup hot dog girly, Jaden. That is the way I do it.
Throw a little relish and mustard on it, too, but I'm still cool with ketchup.
No. Will you do
Danny's
ketchup by itself?
Oh, hell yeah.
See, me too. I don't understand why people get so crazy about that.
Because ketchup is the worst condiment you could possibly put on your hot dog of all time.
Only weirdos that don't like pineapple on pizza.
Also
ask
ask
ketchup's bad on a hot dog.
Wait a minute. Cynthia from Olympia, what is your go-to ballpark food?
I would say loaded fries and beer.
Oh, yeah! Cynthia, did you know that they have crab fries at T-Mobile Park?
No, I don't, but I'm definitely going to have to try those out.
So when you say, are you going with the garlic fries or just loaded fries with other stuff on it, like nacho sauce?
See, I love the garlic, but I also need some meat.
Yeah.
So I would some pulled pork. I've had them up there where they put some kind of pulled meat. It's really, really good.
I'm literally drooling right now. 206-803-ROCK. Kyle from your car in Seattle, what is your go-to ballpark food?
Hey, guys, thanks again for that St. Patrick's Day party. That was fun.
Oh, dude, so much fun. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, absolutely. But I've got to go with the classic Seattle dog with a side of garlic fries and wash it down with a men's room IPA by Black Raven.
Oh, that is a well-balanced meal right there.
That is the rockaholic of the year right there. Comes to our St. Patrick's Day parade, eats the Mariners game, and drinks some men's room beer.
What is your go-to?
The pretzel.
It is the...
Gotta get the pretzel.
No freaking sauce, dude.
Gotta get the pretzel.
But you like the salt.
Everything else, like Moto Pizza, is awesome. I like trying to find something different that I haven't had yet, but the pretzel is always happening at some point before the game is over.
He is so boring.
I know, I hate it.
I sound like my wife now all of a sudden.
We know.
Tell her about wrestling. He is so boring.
We know that you are a massive music fan, but could you name a song after only hearing 1 second of the chorus? Prove it to us, and if you do, we're going to hook you up with tickets to see the comedian named Migs Jobrani at the Neptune Theater on April 17th. 206-803-ROCK. We will play Hook or Shook at 9:20.
The Daily Migs Show.
Running an online business requires passion, knowledge, and a lot of dedication. Adding the complexities of setting up and managing hosting for your website piles on more work when you already have so many plates spinning. Whether you manage one WordPress website or dozens, Kinsta's managed solutions give you access to a platform that's optimized for the fastest speed, has enterprise-grade security features, and is powered by an intuitive custom dashboard with everything you need to manage your sites efficiently. Plus, Kinsta provides human-only WordPress expert support, which is available 24/7, 365 to assist with even the most complex sites. Forget frustrating AI chatbots. Kinsta gives you complete peace of mind by ensuring that your WordPress sites are always online, secure, and performing at their best. Start your journey with Kinsta today and get your first month free. Don't have time to migrate your site? Kinsta takes care of everything for you. Learn more at kinsta.com/podcast. That's KINSTA.com/podcast.
Presented by T-Mobile, the official wireless partner of Odyssey Sports. With an awesome network and great savings, there's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit your neighborhood store to make the switch today.
Hey, it's Gemma Speg, host of the Open Mind original podcast, Mantra. Every Monday, I'll bring you a new mantra, a simple yet powerful phrase to help you clear your mind and stay grounded amidst the chaos. I'll also share some personal stories, journal prompts, and a weekly challenge to bring each mantra to life. Follow and listen to Mantra, an Odyssey podcast in partnership with Open Mind Studios, available now on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
It's time for Hook or Shook, the game with absolutely no integrity. We'll play 1 second of a hook from a song, then you have to guess what it is. We'll bend the rules, pull out all the stops, and do anything to help you win. But you might just get shook, as one of us will play too and possibly cost you the game.
This week, we are playing for tickets to see comedian Migs Jobrani at the Neptune Theater on April 17th. And our contestant this morning is Marty. Good morning, Marty.
How you doing?
Oh, we're doing great. Let's see who you're going to play the game with. Will it be me or Migs?
Who's it going to land on? The wheels are spinning right now. And it's going to be... yours truly. Let's go, Marty and Migs. Eminem.
All right.
All right, Marty, here is your clip.
Is it,
let me know if you need help.
Hunger Strike?
Bye.
Migs can give you a hint.
Soundgarden?
I wouldn't go with that, but it definitely features a member of Soundgarden. The band name has...
Okay, yeah, keep going.
Okay, the band name has... a lot of people have this as a pet.
It's Temple of the Dog.
Hey, Marty, what's going on in your world right now? It sounds like there's some chaos going on behind you.
Yeah, I'm diagnosed with lung cancer.
Oh, my gosh.
Come on. Fighting the battle.
Oh, man. That sucks. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Sending you big love, man.
Hello?
I'm hanging in there.
Okay. You know what? We need to win you these tickets.
Yeah, Steve.
No pressure.
You ready to do your part?
Yes.
Here's your clip.
Oh, I love this band. I love the lead singer because he's such a good dude. That's Candlebox, Far Behind. Which I'm sure we'll hear their music on Seattle Rock Day next week.
Ooh, yeah, baby. A week from tomorrow.
And Temple of the Dog. Congratulations, Marty.
Hey, thanks a lot, man.
Yeah,
Can I give a shout out?
Of course.
Yes.
Hey, to my buddies down at work, MSCP in Kent. There's Gus, Aaron, Bud, Felipe. The boss Nick, he's pretty cool too.
He's okay.
Sounds like a solid squad. Rock on, Marty. Best wishes, man.
Yeah, Marty, you'll be in my thoughts, my brother. Take care.
Rockaholics, if we have talked about something this morning that you would like to talk about, call in now. Our number is 206-803-ROCK, and we will check in with the Rockaholics after Rush.
The Daily Migs Show.
All morning, we have received texts and calls from you that we haven't had a chance to catch up with you about. But right now, we are checking in with the Rockaholics. So please give us a call if you'd like to chime in on something from today's show, or if you have anything on your mind that you would like to discuss. 206-803-ROCK. Now, there has been a lot of weather talk, Steve.
Yes.
Because we're expecting to get maybe golf ball-sized hail today, thunderstorms.
Tornadoes.
And there is someone who was in a tornado at age 7. We're going to talk to Martin in just a second.
Okay.
But first, let's chat with Dylan from Kent. You were in a hurricane.
Yeah, so me and my wife had planned a trip without the kids to go to Universal Studios in California.
Awesome.
And what ended up happening, it was a year or two ago, they had that hurricane that was up there. Well, our tickets were paid for, so we were like, we're going to go no matter what. We get to the park, and it's a complete downpour, but there's almost nobody there. So all of the rides, you're just automatically on them. Ride them as many times as you want. It's like the best fast pass you've ever had.
Dude, that's
it was pretty cool.
What is your favorite ride at Universal Studios? Because for me, it's the Hollywood. What's that?
The Mummy.
The Mummy.
Oh, yeah.
Revenge of the Mummy.
That's a good
one.
one.
The best one for sure.
My favorite is it's my favorite roller coaster just in general. Like, I would go on this one all the time. It's the Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket one where you pick out the song.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You go straight up and then boom, right back down.
So, Dylan, did they ever have to shut anything down, any of the rides or anything because of the weather?
They didn't shut anything down necessarily. I guess the day before we had gotten there, I heard they closed the park a little early. But while we were there, everything was just open. There was nobody there. That first day, we were so drenched, I had to throw away like my entire outfit, which you dress pretty nice when you go out of town without the kids. So I had to get rid of my first outfit to the trash.
Damn.
Totally worth it, though.
I remember when a few years ago when there's that awful the hurricane that happened in Florida, we had a trip planned to go to Disney World and other amusement parks and things like that. And we ended up still going because it thankfully ended before that. But, man, Disney World was still a zoo. But we went to Peppa Pig Land.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like that was the first day when we got there. And it was still like people weren't yet ready to go back out or whatever. And, man, it was like he said, it was just like you could just go on every ride. There was no problem. There was nobody there. It was nice in that way, but it was eerie because of why people weren't there.
We are checking in with the Rockaholics, 206-803-ROCK. Martin in Tacoma, you were in a tornado.
I was in elementary school in Colorado. It was crazy. Ripped the roof right off that sucker. Landed in the soccer field.
Oh, my gosh. Wait,
Yeah.
Is Colorado, do they typically get tornadoes, or is that kind of an odd thing?
Oh, yeah, all the time, man. You could probably in the summertime, you could probably set your watch to it. Like 5 o'clock, they just big storms roll in. I remember one time I was at Elitch's, got hit with hail, came in, it's gnarly.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, I really don't ever think of Colorado as being a tornado state, but what do I know?
When we hear these stories, then I got to imagine that people are hearing this and then they hear everything that's happening right now in Western Washington. And we're all just like, they're probably thinking like, what are we getting all so worried about? It's nothing like how it is in other states.
Russ, you're in Iowa. Tell us about an inland hurricane.
Back in 2020, I think it was, we had what's called an inland hurricane or a derecho. It's like Derecho, I believe.
Derecho?
Derecho. Basically, you can kind of think of it as like a tornado is like the finger of God. Imagine putting your hand sideways on a map and going across. We had, from where we were at, we had 140 mile an hour winds.
Wow.
straight line winds, and we were without power for like, I think a week. We were without power. We didn't have internet for like an entire month. It was like $7 billion in damage. It was crazy.
And besides no internet, no power, and things like that, was there any damage to your guys' home, or was that okay?
My house, we didn't have any damage done, but my wife's uncle had a tree go into his house while he was in it. The tree was probably about 10 feet around, so circumference-wise, so it was huge, and we had to go help him clean that up and everything.
Oh, my God.
But, yeah, there was lots of people. I knew people that lost houses because of it.
That's awful.
Yeah, this is nuts. 206-803-ROCK. We're going to continue on this same subject because apparently all of our listeners have had some, experience with Mother Nature totally freaking out.
My garden gnome knocked over the last time we had a windstorm, so I kind of understand what they're all saying.
You rebuilt, Steve. You did.
We still haven't really fully recovered from that one yet.
Willard in Tampa, Florida, tell us about some of the natural disasters you've experienced.
I've experienced them all except for tsunamis and fall.
Oh, wow. So of all the ones that you've experienced, which one was the worst?
So hurricanes are the ones that I like the least. Tornadoes are terrifying because you don't get a lot of warning with them, but the amount of time that a hurricane lasts, it drains you. It sucks.
When you say how long? So like on average, is it days, hours? Like what was it like for you?
So you got a few days out that it's coming, so you spend that few days just kind of prepping, getting everything ready. But you don't know exactly where it's going to land until 12 hours before. This last fall we had Helene come by, and then the one right after that, I can't remember the name of it. But they were back to back with each other, and when that second one came through, we were watching it, and we kept thinking, "Oh, it's going to shift south. It's going to shift south," but it never really did. And it hit where we live. We got Category 3 winds as it made landfall as a 4. And it lasted. It was an all-day affair. Woke up that morning just waiting with the anticipation of it making landfall. And then after it made landfall, it was still, 4 or 5 hours until all of that crap was passed.
That is insane. I mean, I'm feeling anxious just listening to that story.
I'm going to say, dude, it's time to move out of Tampa.
I don't think that place is for you, Willard.
That's a lot.
That is. Oh, man. Well, everybody batten down the hatches today because we might have golf ball-sized hail.
I am so curious about that part. Like, I think of all the things that I've heard on the news. Like, the thunderstorms, I think is expected. That's totally fine. But the hail that's that big, I've never seen. So I kind of want to see it, but I also don't want to have it hit my car.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah.
You're going to stay parked here all day.
Oh, great.
How low would you go to scam yourself a free meal, Steve?
Well, what version of Steve are we talking? College version of Steve? Pretty damn low.
Did you scam some free meals in college?
Oh, my gosh. Any chance that we could get something for free, we always jumped at it.
Well, there's a couple that got busted in a pretty epic way when it comes to scamming for free meals, and you're going to hear what happened at 9:50.
The Daily Migs Show.
A couple was at the Steel Coop in Livingston, Tennessee, and they staged a food complaint in order to get a free meal.
Okay.
Well, their surveillance footage ended up showing that the woman took a hair off of her head and put it onto the man's plate. Oh, my God. After eating most of the food, he claimed that there was a hair in his meal. This is the Inside Edition report on this.
A diner raises his hand during his meal and shows his waitress hair on his food.
It's not your typical hair in the food because you could see it was just all over the top of it. And he had ate most of the food out from under.
Well, of course, he wanted to enjoy the meal. He knew it was his girlfriend's hair. Big deal, right? Even my days of doing stupid stuff to get free meals, we never crossed that line.
You never planted something in the food?
Well, like a bug or an ant. But no, I'm kidding. God. No, we never did any of that.
This wad of hair.
Suspicious, restaurant management decided to check the surveillance video at the Steel Coop restaurant in Livingston, Tennessee. And this is what they saw. Watch the reflection in the window. The guest reaches for the back of her head.
She must have pulled out a very sizable wad of hair.
I love that they had surveillance footage of this and they released it. Like, just go F yourself. You're going to try and work a scam? We're going to out you guys.
Losers.
He reaches across the table to get it, and when he does, he sees it's a big wad of hair, so he's under the table trying to filter some of it out. I was like caught off guard that somebody would stoop this low.
So you wouldn't stoop that low, but how low would you stoop, Steve?
The lowest, I think, was when we would actually, I've shared this with Danny. I don't know if I've ever shared it with you, but we would measure the pizza. Yeah. When we would order a 12-inch pizza from like Domino's back in college. And if it was under 12 inches, we would call and bitch. We didn't scam anything, like in the sense of like, but, you know, like, who are you losers? Like, we like, this pizza is 10 and a half inches, and we ordered a 12-inch pizza, so we're not happy about that. And more often than not, it was like another college kid working. It was like, we'll send you another pizza, and you could keep, and they would let us keep the other one, so we'd get 2 pizzas for the price of one.
Man, people can be so dishonest about inches.
You know what I have to say to that? What about you? How low have you stooped?
I don't know that I've ever done that.
No?
I've never dined and dashed. Have
you ever gone on a date with a guy knowing that you're getting a free meal out of the deal, but you just went, oh, look at her face, Danny.
I mean, there's one.
There's a scam.
But he ended up being like a total loser, and he wasn't going to leave a tip. And I was like, what is going on here? So we walked outside, and then I ran inside, and I left the tip. So I technically did kind of pay.
Well, you paid just, what, 20% of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, at the time, probably like, 15%, maybe 10. Why are us poor cougs getting scammed? We're going to talk about this during the Daily Migs download after Fuel.
The Daily Migs Show. Knowledge is power. So give us 5-ish minutes, and we'll give you, some interesting stuff you can talk about at work. This is the Daily Migs Download.
A.K.A. the DMD.
Here's your daily dose of doings happening in the world.
Ryan Castle is here, ready to brave the weather.
Oh, I ain't as scared.
No.
You lived in the Midwest before. You've seen it all.
I lived in the Midwest for about 7 years, so I've seen all of the things.
Well, be warned now.
I also lived in South Florida, so I've seen all of the things.
For real.
You better be prepared. I'm seeing the sun showing up right now.
I don't know.
That could be the worst part of today's weather.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's bright.
Weird.
Hey, the DMD is brought to you by Palace Law. And like we said, the weather's supposed to be, full crazy mode today. Yesterday was like summer. I don't know if you got to enjoy being outside.
I did. I had a seat at one of my favorite bar patios for a little bit yesterday. Yeah.
Patios are so back.
Oh, it's the best.
On that first nice day, it's the best.
Slightly different in my experience. I was outside my backyard with the sprinkler going, and my kid just takes all of her clothes off. It's just running around the sprinkler for our neighbors to see, which was really...
Let's hope she outgrows that.
I think she's got like one more year until it gets kind of weird. Anyways, but today it's about thunderstorms. Also expect hail. We're hearing hail the size of golf balls.
What the hell?
60-mile-per-hour winds, and maybe even a funnel cloud or a tornado or two.
Or two?
On I-5.
I thought it was singular. Now we're having tornadoes?
It depends on which article you read.
Scammers are now targeting WSU parents with these fake arrest calls. Specifically, they're going after student-athlete parents, and they're pretending to be cops. They're telling the parents that their child has been arrested, and then they're demanding cash to keep their name out of the press. And then the police that are over there, they want to make it clear that real cops would never be offering bribery as a payment plan.
Well, most of them.
So if you get a sketchy call like this, report it, hang up, report it.
And I noticed that this isn't impacting any parents of Huskies because they're smart enough to know that these are scams.
Yeah, there's a reason. There's a reason they went after coon parents.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Next is Plattsburgh State. Don't get me wrong. We're right there with you.
Cut
with
from the same cloth.
Yeah, we're just as gullible and dumb.
Or my college.
Hard Knocks?
Surprise. Sizzler College, great university. Hey, Enumclaw Middle School, they had to evacuate yesterday for the strangest reason. A phone caught on fire. Someone smashed a cell phone battery. It started a small fire, and then people thought it might be an explosive device. So then, of course, everyone freaked out. They had to evacuate everybody. Turns out it was just a tech meltdown, not a terrorist attack like some people were freaking out about. Staff were able to put out the flames, and nobody was hurt.
Well, that's a great end to that story.
Future cougs.
Stop it. Big Dumper, he is going to be taking checks to the bank. What does that mean? Here's the King 5 report.
The Mariners just signed Cal Raleigh to a 6-year, $105 million contract extension. That's according to reporting from ESPN. Raleigh had 76 home runs over the past 3 seasons. The 28-year-old also captured his first Gold Glove in 2024.
Turns out it wasn't a big dumper. It's his fat wallet in his back pocket.
Wallet is causing the dumper to you. That's awesome, though, because if he tested out free agency at some point, I mean, he's considered one of the top 3 catchers in baseball. He probably would have got paid a little bit more, so this sounds like a guy that wants to stay here. And, hey, maybe they're committed to winning.
Let this be our year, please, God.
Sure it is.
This is the year of being optimistic once again. Yeah. And then Russell Wilson, he's making some money as well. He just signed a 1-year, $21 million deal.
Mr. Unlimited.
He's going to be playing in New York, well, New Jersey, but with the New York Giants, and yes, another jersey to his collection.
Do you think he's going to be a giant letdown?
Mr. Unlimited. Go Giants.
There you go. There's Russell laughing about that. Well, anyways, I don't know if it's going to be a very long-term thing, 1-year deal, and they got the number 3 pick in the draft, so there's a very good chance they're going to grab a quarterback. If not, I'm guessing that this is just something to kind of like a stopgap for the time being. As far as weather, 69 degrees.
Nice.
Thank you. And thunderstorms as well. The DMD is brought to you by Snoqualmie Casino, and that's what's up.
Ryan Castle is up next with the Morning 12 Fact.
The Daily Migs Show.